Hi friends! So today I am going to be talking about the college application process and basically all the things that you need to know if you are applying to colleges. The college application process is incredibly stressful and a whole lot of work. If you are interested in going to college, then you need to apply, and it's the worst part, but it's necessary. So when I was applying to colleges, I felt like the whole application process wasn't as stressful as I thought it was going to be and as other people were kind of making it out to be. And I feel like people were like it's so stressful, it's so much. And I was like, wait, what? It's obviously stressful, but it's not that bad. I had a really smooth going process. It worked out really well for me. I had a lot of resources to help me with my application process, which I am incredibly thankful for. And I know not everyone is able to have those resources. So I'm here to be your guide and give you all of the tips and tricks that I received or that I learned or that other people told me. Let's get into it. Number one, my first tip is to start looking at colleges as soon as possible. The ideal time is probably junior year because you don't have as much going on. Even the summer before senior year is pushing it. So really try like the summer before junior year or all throughout junior year. And you don't even have to like go on the tours. You can just kind of make a list of schools that you potentially want to apply to and just do research on them, because obviously you can't go on a tour for every single school. Do your research and tour as many schools as you possibly can and like compile a list of all the potential schools you are thinking of applying to, and just kind of like do your research and like figure schools out as soon as possible. It is never too early to start looking. This brings me to my second piece of advice. When you're actually deciding which colleges you want to apply to, make sure that they're all colleges that you would be genuinely happy attending. Even your safety schools, you want to know that you would be happy going there. Don't just apply to a school because that you don't even want to go to. That is just a waste of time and money, and don't do it. And you want to make sure that you are happy with every school you apply to, because if something doesn't work out and you only get into one school, you want to make sure that you be happy there and you won't completely hate your time. Someone told me this, and this was just one of like the best pieces of advice I ever got. The third one, this one is so important, but start your application over the summer. I'm making this video now because you want to start as early as possible. You don't have to completely finish and submit all of your applications by the summer. That is a little extreme. However, you want to at least write all of your essay, because that's the most time-consuming thing. You don't have as much time when school starts, trust me. You want to get that done as soon as possible. For me personally, I only finished filling out the actual Common App and writing my Common App essay and the 2 supplemental essays I had to write. And it made it so much less stressful going into the school year where everyone else was like still scrambling to complete their essays and finish their applications, and I was like, oh, I've already done all the longest things, so all I have to do is like organize my information, tweak a few things, and actually submit the applications. And it made it so much less stressful. You do not want to be working on your essays and your actual Common App during school. You do not have as much time as you think you do. Just trust me. Do it as soon as possible. Also, on the topic of the actual essays, first of all, they don't take as long as you think they would. I feel like I thought this would take me weeks, but like it took me like 3 days, and I finished my Common App essay, and yeah, it was not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. When you're figuring out what to write for your Common App essay and any supplemental essays, especially your main application essay, you've probably heard this before, but you want to be as unique as possible. Those college admissions people are sifting through so many applications, and yours needs to stand out from the rest. A really good piece of advice I also got about the essay was you want it to be something that isn't in your application. They can read everything on your application. They can see all of your scores and your activities. You want your essay to be something that is about you and isn't reflected in your application already. Something unique that they can only get from that essay. Show them your personality and who you are. You have to show them that you're more than just numbers on a page. My next point, so you might have heard this before, but applying earlier increases your chances of getting in. This one is kind of logical if you think about it. Obviously, there's less applicants yet, there's more spaces, you have a higher likelihood of getting in. This isn't necessarily applying early decision. I think early decision increases your chances even more than just applying early action, rolling, or regular decision, because they know that you really want to go, so they're like, oh, okay, you really want to go, we'll accept you. But even just like if it's rolling, apply before the first rolling deadline. It really does work. Especially if it's like your #1 school. You don't have to apply early decision, because I know that is a really big commitment, but just early action, just as early as possible. This is also why it's so important to get your applications finished over the summer before school starts, so then you can start applying earlier. Okie dokie. 6, Yes, this is the 6th one. This one is kind of obvious and you probably would have done it anyway. Have someone check over your applications. Whether it's your guidance counselor, a parent, a tutor, a teacher, whoever it is, have someone review your applications and someone who you can just go to ask questions. This is really, really useful and you'll probably have people who'll pick up mistakes, and it's better safe than sorry, you know, have someone review your applications or review your essays. They'll definitely help you. This is a really fun fact I learned that I don't think a lot of people know about. If you like show interest in a school, they might give you an application fee waiver. Who knew? I like requested information from this one school, and in like September they sent me an application fee waiver for my application there, which was really nice. I know some of my friends went on a tour of a school and it was like in August, and they got an application fee waiver when they went to tour the school. If you show interest in schools, they're gonna want you to apply. Schools want you to apply. Request emails, go on tours, talk to professors. There is a higher likelihood of them giving you an application fee waiver. Yeah, so that was really cool. I didn't like realize that, but that's like a thing. Okay, my last one is totally more of an opinion. I guess all of these are an opinion really, but this one is like completely just my opinion on the whole matter. I personally just got really stressed and anxious when all of my friends and family members would just constantly talk about applications and the application process and all their essays and all the work they had to do and like when they were hearing back and blah blah blah. And all the conversation about it constantly stressed me out so much. That is by far the most stressful part about the whole college application process. Like the waiting, the unknown, and everyone constantly talking about it made that worse. Especially because like I didn't hear back from any school until like December, but I applied in like September. So I just had like so much time of just me sitting on it and like my anxiety growing and growing and growing, and everyone else around me was constantly talking about it all the time, and it made that anxiety so much worse. And I think, in my opinion, it's just best to not talk about it as much and not stress yourself out about it and focus on happier things. In general, don't focus on it too much. Like, don't stress out about it. It's obviously stressful. It's a lot of work. It's really scary. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what's gonna happen. And try not to focus on it too much. You will be fine. Everything will work out. Deep breaths. You got this. Do not worry. Okay, that is it. That is all my advice for you. I hope you found this really helpful. I just really want to help y'all out. Please like this video and subscribe if you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you the best of luck with all your applications and school endeavors. Bye!